Blah. Blah. All right. What's up? Check the mic. Okay, mic's good. All right. Let's see. Top, front. Oh. Oh, no, not that one. There we go. Got that right. Just gonna fix this real quick. There we go. Oh. Okay. Let me turn this down. More mentions. Okay. This will be a pretty simple video. This is just working on, is it offline? Select stream. There it goes. All right, that works. Okay, anyways, all right, let's go on. So today we are going to clean just the roasters, something easy, everything you should do. Yeah, gotta clean them. If you don't clean them, they're just gonna get fucked. So, so I would, if I were you, I would definitely look into cleaning the Skywalker because it gets dirty pretty quick, and then increases chances of fire. It's just a good thing all around to do. So I got this unit. We'll break it down, see how you clean up the V1, and then I'll see how you clean up the Q-beam, and then I'll just split these up into different videos. But here we go. All right. So in an effort to clean out my garage, I need to get rid of these. So I got to start cleaning them up and start selling them. This one's all beat up. That's a little dark. Let me see if I can fix that. Oh, they returned a bunch of stuff that wasn't supposed to be here. Like whatever this is. Squeeze me, what we got here. Dang. That's cute. This came in the Amazon package. Sweet, I got a free shirt. Yeah, this is another Amazon return, so. Wonderful. Anyways. Oh, this mouth sucks. Come on. So this is a nice used one. Let's see if it works first. Let's see what's wrong with it first, and then I'll show you how I usually clean them up. Did we have a controller here? Nope, they didn't bring the controller. So it's without the controller, which is okay. I have a lot of them. I think they're trash, so I don't really use them. Good. Beeps a little bit. Oh, this one's super broken. Broken board. If it does that, that's 100% a broken board. So we'll open up the whole thing. I'll show you how we clean it up. All right. Yeah. Oh, 100%. See right here? It still happens on this one too. Looks like it's dripping down from a roast and somehow went onto the board, I'm guessing. We're gonna find out. We'll pull it out later. But it definitely looks like a board issue. A little dented on top, so we'll see what we can do. All right. So about every month or so, I think, if you've been using it like every day, you should really take apart the front part and take out the drum, clean out the inside. Doesn't have to be anything like elbow grease hard, just gotta clear it out, clean it, and get rid of all like the little extra residue that's everywhere. So 4 screws in the front. Get a tray, get something to hold all your bolts and your screws, because you're gonna lose them. 100% gonna lose them. That should come right off. Grab one here. Nope. Let's see if I have that screw over here. Oh, I brought it inside. Hold on. Get a nice. I really like this set of tools because it has all like the little bits I need. I got it from Costco. There it is. Pull this part off. And you can usually wash that off with like soap and water. But see how the crud kind of builds up here? And I'll show you what you can also use to clean it off too. I use it for my coffee machines. You can also use that as a tray. Uh-oh. You know, I spoke too soon and I said I haven't seen one that had a fire in it. And, well, maybe it's just blackened a little bit more than I'm used to. Not really a fire. Just a lot of use. A lot of third crack going on. French roast happenings. Charbucks, if you will. This probably hasn't been cleaned since they got it. But it is a newer one. You got the holes in the back that hold the bulb in. I'm guessing they're doing production back-to-back roasts on a home roaster. We'll check out the drum. So if it's dirty, your drum's dirty like this, then I definitely recommend cleaning it. Hold the drum in place. Don't try to turn it. The motor, like if you turn it, it still generates, I think, some voltage. And last thing you want to do is cause some backfeed into the main board. Which I guess really doesn't matter because the board on this one's broken. But if you have a perfectly functioning one, I wouldn't recommend rotating the drum willy-nilly. I think it's called backfeeding. You can get one of these long-handled hexes at like Harbor Freight or Amazon. Just find the long one. I think they're like, it says 4. It has a hex shape and it says 4, so whatever that is. Actually, we could look on here. H3. So H4. So an H4, hex 4. So you need a hex 4 to get these 4mm, or I think there's like 5mm bolts out. Possibly 6mm or 6mm screws. These are, I think they're called socket head screws. You take these 3 screws out and then you just pop this out. Dirty, dirty. Let's take a light into there. This is what you don't want. Exactly what you do not want to do. You get brighter light. And yeah, it is accumulation at the sides. This is all bad. It looks like a little bit of a roasting has occurred. So it's darkened on the inside. So I find the best way to just get rid of all that crud is take any kind of scraper. You get these scrapers at like your local hardware store. You just scrape it off. See? We'll zoom in, put a light in there. Right in there, and you just scrape it off. Scrape, scrape, scrape. I made a perfect little tool for you. This is just the thing that goes on top. You can also get like a scraper at your local hardware store if you have one at home. You can use that to scrape this. But I mean, you don't have to worry about it too much, cleaning the inside like super thoroughly, because the beans are just hitting the drums. You just don't want all this crap to accumulate and possibly fly in with your beans when you drop them. So you do want to keep this somewhat tidy. This person did not clean it at all. I think they did have a fire in here. So, and I'll check if they put in a thyristor fan. I'm pretty sure they didn't. I'm almost 100% sure they didn't do it. Even though we, as a community, recommend it. There's just people who, you know, buy them, and the people who actually sell them, or the OEM doesn't want to. Can't really change that. All right. Things you can use. You can't go wrong with water and a little abrasive pad. So I'm gonna go grab and some dish soap. So I'll grab a magic eraser, and then we'll kind of show you what it looks like when you clean inside. So I'm going to vacuum this stuff out. Okay. if you get a chance to get one of these $20 fans, I recommend it just to blow out the chaff when you're done. So this and the drum, what you can do is get like a dish pod. And just put them like in a bucket of water with a dish pod and let them soak. Or you could use Kafiza if you want to. Or you could just clean them by hand and maybe keep it dark. It's up to you, but you know, I think if it's been kind of burnt up like that, I definitely would recommend just soaking it with dishwashing pod or Kafiza and then letting it soak overnight and then putting it back in. So here's a semi-cleaned one. This was, I think this was another one that was in a fire. An old one. So I'll put that one in just for the sake of time. All right, so, you know, once it's open like this is a good time just to clean out anything you can. So one of these. I got a little soap on there. Just like that. Get the outside, get the top, the outside, just a magic eraser or the, you know, one of the blue sponges you could get at Target or whatever. Aldi, whatever your department store of choice is. And usually just come off with just some water and it's a little bit of elbow grease. However, if you do want to make it a little bit easier, try using Simple Green. I think that works great. People always get weirded out. It's like, oh, it's chemicals, but it's been used in a lot of roasters. It's actually made for cleaning roasters. And if you ask anyone, they'll give you the story about that. Well, they'll just tell you, it was made for cleaning roasters. A lot of the old heads. But water, some dish detergent should go, and then, of course, sanitize by fire. So I'll probably run another, 10-minute preheat, 200 degrees Celsius. I'm not gonna do too crazy. because if you think about it, it's a radiant heat roaster. You got, you know, electromagnetic waves bouncing around all over the place. And with that, it uses whatever surfaces around it to heat up the air around it, right? That's how kaleidos work. It heats up like all the metal surfaces around it, and it heats up the air. So it goes like, so it radiates, and then conducts onto the metal, and the metal heats up, and the metal then, you know, heats up the air, and then that causes convection to occur. So if you want like efficient heating, I guess, they recommend, and maybe you could even quote unquote season the whole thing, right? The whole body of this. That's a theory. That's one of the theories one of the vendors were talking about. Like, not really cleaning the drum after a while, and just kind of letting it get a little bit darker, because on a metal surface, the darker the spot is, the pretty much the hotter it's going to get. That's because of kind of like Planck's constant. Whereas the darker the object, the more heat it absorbs. I think that's Planck's constant. Okay. Get a towel. Oh, I should check if someone on Discord's messaging me. Oh, there might be. Whoops, sorry. I'm just using the soft scrub. Ripat was asking baking soda. Base alternatives. You could do that too. I just recommend just cleaning it out, and I just use magic eraser and water. I don't know. Every time I tell people I use people that don't do a lot of roasting, they're always like, "Oh, that's weird. They're using simple green." Do I have girls? No, I have 2 boys. This was accompanied, what's it called? That shirt was accompanied with this return, this Amazon return. But I'm not gonna spend too much time just scrubbing it down. Actually, I have simple grain. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, and we're gonna let heat take care of the rest. Jeez. I'm gonna get that scraper in there. Yeah. That was definitely a fire. So yeah, definitely if you're doing a lot of back-to-back roasting, I recommend putting a fan on unless you have a 220 volt. All right, for the sake of time, I'm gonna dry this out. I'm probably going to reopen this up anyways, but I'll clean that out. Cool. Looks better-ish. A little elbow grease. I mean, I could do a little bit more. I could scrape the top a little bit more. Yep. And then maybe wash this off a bit. So if you really want to get it, like, I guess this would be better video for if someone has a fire. If you really want to get in there, you're going to have to take out the drum thing in the back. You're going to pull that whole thing out and then just re-clean that surface. If you got big old hands like mine. And don't forget this side. Got to clean this side too. I'll spray a little bit on there. Clean your glass. Always clean your glass. Just so you can see what you're roasting, right? Other than using your trier. But yeah, I mean, if you're one of those people chasing those perfect RORs, those perfect curves, you don't want to be pulling that trier out all the time, I guess, so. Keep your glass clean so you can see what it looks like when it's roasting. I'm just being good at that too, so I can, because I ordered one of those LeBrew laser roast analyzer things that I want to shoot into this glass and see if it actually works. It's going to be interesting to see how it works, especially when that machine costs more than this whole roaster, or two of these roasters. With this soap and a magic eraser, should take care of most of everything. And when it all dries, you really got to blow out everything in there. And also, if you want to, you can just take this whole thing out and like take the bulb out and have it just dip in like a cleaning solution. So I don't think you have to do all this. You could literally pull this out, pull these screws out, be gentle. This, if you want to do a real deep clean, you would take these 3 screws out, and then I'll basically pull out the panel, then take the rest of the screws out, and hook the thermistor, the fuses, unhook the bulbs. You know, take all these 3 out. It's just, I should really check up what works and doesn't work here. I'll put this back. All right, I'm gonna put the drum back. The drum only goes in one way. Find the crescent shape, put the crescent shape in. Ta-da! Should go right in. Ow, fuck. Crescent shape, push that in. I tighten all 3 once they're all on. Just go around, trying to tighten them up evenly. Oops. Good, looks good. And one big thing when you put this in, make sure you push these wires in first. Don't be like me and just Hulk smash them in and then get mad and then screw them in to find out your thermistor got cut at that end because you're rushing it. Don't do that. I'm gonna leave these on. The rest I want to soak it. Right. We'll put all that other stuff on later. Let's go to the back of it. Keep monitor your back after each roast. Check if it's dripping like this. You don't want dripping. So it's always good to also check how everything in the back is going. You don't have to open up the back panel as much as you think you need to. I think to open up the front to clean it is a lot more important. I just open this up a ton because I'm always dicking around back here. But things to clean, I would recommend definitely cleaning this thing. Like, you don't have to open the whole back panel, but you do need to open this out. And you gotta make sure that after you've done so many roasts that you're clearing out the pipe in the back. So you got your, got our little exhaust fan. This is why Sony is more better. I'm gonna pull this off. You just want to hold it, and then it should come up pretty easily. Don't try to break this. Yeah, another thing you can dump in Kafiza. Right here. This hole is very important. If I'm doing heavy roast that week, I'll literally just take off this back panel and then I'll just blast air in here. Let me see if I put a washcloth in there. Not too bad. Not too dirty. Good. Some more simple green to kind of clear this area out. We'll go back down. The next thing is you want to pull this out too. Actually gets a lot of chaff stuck in there. So that'll start filling up too. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's definitely a fire with this unit. Bean fire. So instead of leaving it in a hot environment, they decided to drop the beans while they were on fire. Maybe they caught on fire, I'm not sure. I shouldn't really be busting on them. But yeah. There's some nice melty fans. Honestly, if there's a fire that does build up, just leave them in there and unplug them right away. Yeah, all the blades are gone. So this, I'm pretty sure, is thermal runaway. Well, that wasn't handled correctly by either the manufacturer or the person roasting. Also, you know, when I roast, I have this as, you know, pretty close by. Just one of these. Get them on Costco. Well, I'm not gonna let a $500 roaster destroy my property, so have one of those close around. Just make sure to unplug it. But yeah, they had a fire. They dropped the beans down. The fire caught even worse because, you know, now there's even more oxygen, and it went to shit after that because these fans are probably on, sucking air through, and yeah. I really hope they cover a fire for your first year. This shouldn't be happening anymore. Like, this is a new one too. Like, if you look at here, this is the newer model because it has this cutout in the back, and it has the ends where it's the bulb where it has like holes in it. So it was actually one of the newer revisions. So yeah, the only way I could think of is because it should turn off at 230 degrees. So the thermal fuse failed. It's just, when did the fire occur? Did the fire occur in the chamber, then you dropped it down thinking you would take care of it that way? Or was it a little fire that started inside the drum, then you took it down, more oxygen came through with this blowing oxygen out and pulling it out from the other side? Did that make it even worse? Probably. Yeah. So, and we'll pull this out, and I guarantee you that they did not have a case fan inside. Which I think would be just the easiest fix. I really hope the person who purchased this made a huge complaint. Because I know for the fact that the vendors want all these like safety implementations, right? It's the OEM not putting them in. And if the OEM does put them in, it's only to their newer models, like the V2. And it's really just a small fan that you would put on the heatsink. Let me pull this out. Ooh, that melted in there. There we go. I'll ask the vendor what they're doing about that, because I really thought we were done with these fires. Maybe we just have more people listening here and not trying to do back-to-back roasts at 100 degrees or 100% heat. All right, let's take a peek. Yeah, just one fire. This is all from one fire. Everything inside looks pretty new. Let me open this up for us, so we can take a peek together. Looks like the brunt of it was taken by the fans. Yeah. I'll pull this out. I'm hoping some of it's still salvageable, but I doubt it. Let me cut this part off. There's this wire this little zip tie that they put on. I'm gonna pull this thing out. And they're still using the same fucking coffin that we've told them. Just put some air holes in it. This board looks fine. Let's take out the fans. There's another zip tie in the back you have to cut out too. If you want to like fully disassemble this part. Anytime you see two wires with the same color and it's very thin and it's all the way to the right, that's your thermistor. So, your NTC thermistor. Pull that out. We pull these fans out. There it is. All sorts of melted. Craziness. I disconnected a few of the things. I'm just gonna see if it works. Maybe that'll fix it, right? Cure all ailments. Grab another one of these. No. Nope. He's dead, Jim. See, he was being stupid. I was touching it while still plugged in. So let me unplug it. We'll pull this out. Let's see. Well, maybe you could see. Looks like it's a goner. I'm gonna unplug this part. So let's see. repeat 2, blue. Okay. Oh, all right, let me get a little. I think I just manhandle it, but I need a little needle nose pliers. Make I press it in like this. So you gotta press them like right around there to unclip them. Right around here on the rounded side. I've had a clear, oh yeah, that's even better. There's a little part right here that you just press in. This part right here, you just press that in and it should detach from wherever you're, wherever it's connected to. It just locks it in place. So if I were to put this back in, you hear it kind of click, and you can't really tug it out. See? But pull a little something there to push in, comes right off. So that's how you get rid of them, pull those out if you ever need to work on it. So I got this whole board out. I'm gonna see if another board will just come on in and work. Okay, so red is live and blue's neutral, or yeah, neutral. And then ACN and ACL, okay? AC neutral is blue. AC live is red. That clicks in. I'll just temporarily put this in. I don't know if this board works, so we're gonna find out. Oh, of course you gotta plug in this cord. That goes from, this is basically the 24 volt out, right? So this is 120 volt or 220. It's AC pretty much, and then coming out as 24 volt DC. Power supply. Actually, we should be fine with any of these. This is a DC motor. It'll just change the position of the, or not, change the rotation. Shit, hope that works. Yeah, I think that board's broken. Okay. Yeah, unplugged it. Just heard a little bit of a whine. Broken. Actually, I probably could just use a fan to test out. So if this works, this should shoot out 24 volt. This is 24 volts, so this should be fine. Famous last words. Okay, power supply works. Wait, have I just had a shitty power supply? Not shitty power supply, shitty power outlet. Okay. One way you could test if right away if your power supply is working is I shouldn't touch it. Don't touch. No touch. A real quick and dirty way, so you don't have to pull like a voltmeter. So we look at the drum and everything together. So we know the drum's 24 volt, right? And it could, if you switch these around, it'll just change the direction of where the motor's turning. So either way, where you put it onto the power supply, it won't really matter as long as it's at the 24 volt port. So if it's, you know, the wires are mixed up, it'll just make it rotate a different way. But anyways, so if you want to test out if your power supply is working and doing 24 volts, you just hook that up to here. And it should run this pretty fine. And you can check both sides. Give that a minute. Good. All right, power supply works just fine. I just wanted to test both sides out because sometimes one side won't work, and you always have another side you can use. So these both are 24 volt. You just got to follow the same wiring pattern. So red on top, black on the bottom, red over here, black on the bottom. So let me go ahead. I'm going to go try using this board. So blue ACN goes to N, so it's just whatever, ACN. Then neutral AC live, HC neutral. I don't think either side matters on what side you put in, just wherever the wire fits the best. It's an AC bulb, so alternating current back and forth, so it shouldn't matter which way it goes. But try to remember the way it was, just because I know that's how it's wired. The wiring will fit the best, is however it was set up. All right, let's go put this back in. Put this on, put this in. Okay. I'm gonna leave this out just because I don't want to put too much tension on there. Plug this in. Plug this in. Good. All right, Back to working. Bulbs on. Good. Unplug this. All right, I'm gonna unplug this part. Be right back. I think I left something inside. Cool. All right. Sorry. Family stuff calls. Okay, I'm gonna put this all back in. So yeah, not much really cleaning has to be done back here. Make sure I unplugged it. Put this board back in. Put all this back in, all this stuff. I messed up on that one. Thyristor should be here. This should be here. And then I'll have to get some replacement fans. Ah, that's what I should ask for. Some replacement fans. That's all right. Goes. Put that in there. I'm gonna screw the board coffin back in. Oh, you know what? I should actually show you. There's actually a fan you can get that fits right into here to blow directly into the onto the heat sink, and it's really easy to put in. If you look down here, there should be like a little patch. So we'll remove this part. Basically, you're just gonna cut it. Sometimes you're lucky and they'll just put like a quick patch you could pull off, and sometimes they're jerks and they'll leave this like another patch over. And you know what? A lot of their problems could probably be solved if they would just leave this patch unpatched. Oh, that sucks. So they're still selling some without the auto board cutout. This has been kind of really nice because you could use these certain kind of fans to slap in. They just fit nicely right into there. I usually like them to blow air in, so I'll put them this way. But you can put them this way. I think it fits better that way, and it just sucks theirs out. As long as there's airflow going through. Oh! And they sold that new? That's fucked. Yeah. We're still hitting the same issues we had like from a year ago, so I'm not really surprised by this company. Luckily the community is really good. The manufacturer itself kind of sucks cock, but whatever. Yeah, I know, they gotta make money. I should use scissors, but I'm being lazy. I mean, it's better than nothing. I usually try the route where people like, want to go by looks. But if you could do it that way, and as long as you get air into there, we've had people literally just drill holes and then they'll just put the fan right in there and they'll call it good. And boom, you got it's safe. But some people, there's a little bit of vanity when it comes to this stuff, so they want to make sure it looks pretty. So I try to make it look as pretty as I can. Oh shoot, this is even older. This is like the mid, this board is a mid version board. I think I could still fit it in though. Yeah, I should fit in. I say that because there's let's see if I have all three. I have all three somewhere. So let me see if I can find it. No, but I randomly have a V2 board here. I don't know why. I should have put that in this one. That'd have been fun. Okay. So there's definitely two different types, or three different types altogether. They no longer sell the one with the skinny heatsink because fires. So they went to this model, which is basically precursor to this one. It just adds this little thing right here. I don't know why they added it there, but you can hook a fan to it and it'll turn on when you start roasting. So whatever happens, this turns on when you start roasting. It's like they decided they were gonna put a fan in and then said, I don't wanna give them that $1 fan. So they took it out, I guess. I have no idea. But anyways, but it doesn't even matter because when they put that plug in there, it covers up this whole area to put that fan snug up right next to it. So something happened in the engineering department. Yeah, this model would have perfectly worked because it's flushing up right next to it. So we just sandwich this in and then you would have a fan cooling off the thyristor directly towards it. I guess stupidity wins again. Well, I guess not stupid for them. They got to think about the profit margins, so. As you can tell, the Discord community is not ran by the vendors or the distributors, or what is it called? The original equipment and manufacturers. They barely play well with their vendors as it is. Should we orient the fan to push or pull air from the board? I like the fan to blow directly onto the heatsink. So sticker side towards the heatsink if you can. I feel like that's better. But I really think airflow is just the key. So even if you had it facing the other direction, you'll probably still get the cooling benefit of it because all the heatsink really needs is airflow. But I think best bang for your buck is to put that fan directly blowing onto the heatsink. But, honestly, it's really up to you. If anything, what I would do is I would try it out, and if it works out, keep it the way it is, and if it doesn't work out, then maybe try flipping it over. If it's doing something you don't think it should be doing. So I'll just throw this fan onto there. And if I remember correctly, this should be the same orientation. Yep. So you could just, with this certain fan, you can just plug it right in without having to take the pins out, like some of the other fans are set up. But space gets a little bit tight. Make sure that lines up. We'll screw this back in. Oh, fuck. Wait, oops. Cool. All right, I'm gonna test this out, make sure that it's not scraping it. Oh, it's too tight. Well, if it's too tight of a fit, because this is an old board, I'm gonna have to take this out and then put it on the outside. Oh no, it's the board. Oh, is this fan not working? see. What a time not to work. That looks fine. Let me plug it in and see what's going on.